Hi, my name is Tiffany De La Merced. Are you someone that once had a vision for your life or career, but due to unforeseen circumstances, you had a minor setback? Maybe it was the downfall of the economy. Perhaps a financial or health situation hindered your opportunity to fulfill that vision you once had for yourself. Well, there is a remedy for it all, a great show called Second Chance. It is a show that fulfills dreams, goals, setbacks, and even life crisis situations so that you can fulfill that vision. Here is now a great example of our show. Today, our host Candy Loya will be interviewing a single 30-year-old mother of 3 living in Los Angeles, California. Due to her rare blood type, Kimberly and her family have been unsuccessful at finding an organ donor. We are giving Kimberly the opportunity to share her story to the world in hopes that we can change her and her family's life forever. Prior to the taping of this episode, the production team was allowed to spend a brief few moments with Dr. Yazir Kazi, who explained in great detail the importance of organ donation. Here is what he had to say.
I'm Yazir Kazi. I'm a transplant nephrologist. I take care of patients who have received a kidney transplant. Unfortunately, there is an epidemic in the United States of diseases like diabetes and hypertension, which, when not well controlled, result in people losing their kidneys. When kidneys fail, people have to have some form of a replacement therapy. Unfortunately, the only way of treating it is either through dialysis or a kidney transplant. Dialysis can affect the lifestyle because now you have to go to a dialysis unit, and you drive to a dialysis unit, you have to sit in a dialysis chair, you get dialysis for 3 or 4 hours. You may or may not feel well after, but that is your life. So the best form of kidney therapy is kidney transplantation, because not only does it normalize your life and you can go back to planning your life the way you would want to and not around a dialysis machine, but it has also been shown in several studies to make you live longer compared to dialysis. Unfortunately, as a community, as a society, as a country, there are not enough organ donors, and we haven't done our due diligence of signing up to be organ donors. And as a result, there's a disproportionate lag between the number of people that are requiring kidney transplants and the number of organ donors that are available in the country. As a result, people are waiting longer and longer for a kidney transplant and are undergoing consequences of not receiving the transplant or being on dialysis. So as a community, we have to do a better job in spreading the word of how organ donation gives people a second chance on their life.
This is her story. Kimberly and her family are hoping for a miracle. You are her last hope.
Welcome back here on Second Chance. We want to hear the insight of Kimberly Stewart, the 30-year-old mother with 3 children and her sister, giving the insight of her story, going through 2 kidney failures and receiving dialysis. Kimberly, so I would like to ask you a couple of questions, and I wanted to know how was the beginning when you were diagnosed with kidney failure?
Kimberly's family is hoping that her story will inspire someone to come forward and agree to be her living donor.
My body started swelling out of nowhere, and my mom took me to the hospital, and they asked the hospital, what's going on with my daughter, and they said, oh, she have edema, which is my body contains a lot of fluids because my kidneys wasn't pushing it out. So we're just going to give her some water pills, and it will reduce the swelling, and she also has hypertension, so we're going to give her some high blood pressure medicine. That should, it will kind of help me out a little bit. Well, I took the medicine, and I ended up getting worse off and went back to the hospital. And it was like, okay, well, don't take the medicine anymore. Don't take the water pills, but continue to take your blood pressure pills. So my body didn't swell so much. And I continued to work because I had only these 2 kids at the time. They told me that my kidneys wasn't functioning properly.
Okay.
That's all they told me at the time. We were supposed to do a kidney biopsy, but it never happened because I ended up getting pregnant.
Okay.
So right after I had my son, I went right back to work because I was fine. I was feeling good. And then working, and one day I came home and I laid down and I couldn't move. I couldn't move. I started throwing up and my body caught a fever. My blood pressure went up, so my mom took me back to the hospital. And that's when they told her, like, oh, her kidney's only functioning at 15%. We can give her these medications, and these medications going to help her kidneys because it's not going to do so much work. So I went home and I felt good again and went back to work, take my medicine like they told me to. And one day at work, my kidneys gave completely out. And I came home, and by the time I made it to the hospital, I collapsed.
Okay.
And then my goddad was screaming and hollering. They had, the doctor was like, you know, I can hear them talking, but I couldn't see nobody. So they hooked me up to an IV. They gave me some pain medicine to reduce the pain because my body was in a whole lot of pain. I started crying because I just knew that was it. Like, oh my God, my babies ain't gonna see me no more. They're gonna be suffering. They'll be by themselves. It was just a whole lot going through my brain. So he told me, like, you have to do dialysis. And at first I was refusing it because I know, you know, the people that I know did dialysis, they didn't make it. And I thought in my brain that dialysis was the cause of their death. So I was like, no, you know, you're going to kill me. And he was like, no, Miss Stewart, I promise you it's going to make you better. So he was like, we're going to put your tube in your stomach, you know, just for you to be comfortable with it, you can do it at home. So they started me on peritoneal dialysis, which was pretty cool for a little bit.
Okay.
And then it started messing up because it wasn't filtering me out and I got sick all over again.
Oh, wow.
So I ended back in the hospital and they told me that we will have to remove your tube and put it in your chest, which this is what that is right here. So I said, why? They said, because it's not filtering out your body, and if the toxins remain there, they can eat on your intestines, and it's nothing for us to do, then you just die. So I said, okay. So we did. We went on with it, and the first time they put it, it wasn't right.
Okay.
And I was having these episodes where I collapsed and can't breathe and couldn't talk, couldn't respond and nothing. So they said, well, we have to redo it because the tube that you have is broken and it keeps tickling your heart. It's a toll on the body because sometimes my body be so weak and I still have to go to work because I have to provide for them. Sometimes I be in pain. Sometimes I have an extreme headache to where it's like Tylenol, Advil don't work. But I still have to stay at work because if you don't work, you don't get paid.
Exactly.
So that is the hardest for me. And getting up at 3 in the morning and working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, sometimes it's really taking a toll on me. Now I know the essence of taking care of your body. And if I can get a second chance, I will do just that.
Kimberly's sister is distraught over the circumstances. Still, she refuses to give up hope and believes that her sister will overcome her plight. Kimberly's 3 sons are unaware of how serious their mother's situation really is. All that they know is that their mother is in agonizing pain.
I really need my mom. And since she went to my baseball games and I looked at her and I smiled, and then she looked at me and she smiled back at me, I felt joyful. And I started playing baseball, and then I was thinking about my mom. Once I come off my baseball game, I'm thinking about going, checking on her, then going to another minute to go check on my mom. And then I felt like I was I felt like I just needed my mom. That I just wish I was I wish that she didn't have this kidney.
Kimberly's middle child, Marcus, cannot stand the thought of losing his mother. He is overcome by emotion. The production team was forced to stop filming to assist with trying to help calm him down. Kimberly works 12-hour shifts at her nighttime job. Each morning when the boys awake and prepare for school, they make time to see their mother before they leave. This small amount of time is all they have to spend together. Kimberly cannot stand the sight of seeing her son cry and excuses herself to the kitchen. The host of our show, Candy, is there to console her. Before the production team left, Kimberly makes one final plea for a living donor who is willing to come forward and help save her life.
If there's anybody out there, anybody that's willing to give me that second chance, any and everyone can live off one kidney, and that's all that I need. So please, if you can find it in your heart to give me that second chance, I would tremendously, tremendously appreciate it.
You have heard and seen the reality of Kimberly Stewart's story. A mother of 3 in desperate need for a kidney transplant. Her only wish is to witness the growth of each of her children. Witness each of them cross the college graduation stage and prosper in all of their future endeavors.
I do not like watching my babies cry. That hurts me more than anything.
Being a single mom, she is all they have left. Who will be there to care for her children if she is gone? Who will teach them, support them, and guide them as they grow to adulthood? Who is out there in this world who can give Kimberly Stewart this second chance?